Hello everyone. In the previous video we were talking about how to determine the speed of wave and what are the factors that affect the speed of waves. Now in this video we want to know how to find it, how to calculate the speed of waves. What are the formulas that we need to find the speed of wave. Since we're talking about the speed, let's talk about the speed in general. I'm not talking about the speed only of wave now. I'm talking about the speed in general. If you want to, for example, to find what is the speed of a car, a speed of, for example, a runner, or a speed of any object, okay? How to find the speed? To find the speed in anything, any motion object, the speed equals what? Distance over time. Again, here it's which is written here, you have to write like this the main equations that or formulas that we need to find the speed for any motion object. Speed always equals what? Time is distance over time. Type what is the let's do it like this, over time. Just hold on. What is the distance? Is the distance traveled, okay, by that object in a given time. And for example, if there is an object, or this is a road, let's say, and you have here, like for example, a car. This is a car, and this car is traveling from point A. This is point A, okay, to point B. How can I measure the speed of this car? First, I have to know to measure the distance from A to B. I have to measure the distance from A to B. Imagine, which is 15 meter. I measured that. I found it, for example, 15 meter. Okay. Now I need the time also. What is the time is needed to travel 15 meter? For example, 3 seconds. Okay, so here how can I find the speed of this car? To find the speed of this car, you put the distance, which is 15, right, meter, over, which is 3 seconds, which is equal how much? 5. What is the unit? Meter per second. Instead of dividing meter over second, I write it like this: meter per second. So this one here in general, how to find the speed for any object. I'll give you another example. Here for this one, maybe I write it as example. Find, for this one, find the speed of blue car depending on the information are given in the figure. What are the information are given? I solved it with you. Just write this question. This is the question and this is the answer. What are the information are given? I gave you here like 15 meter. This is the distance. I told you this one is the distance. Okay, which is D. And this is the what? The time that is given. Okay? Depending on this information, I found the answer. This is the answer. Let's take another example, how to find the speed. Here still I'm talking about objects. I'm not talking about waves, okay? I'm talking about objects in general. Look at this question now. I'll give you another example. The other example here if a runner runs 8 meter in 2 seconds, find the speed of the runner. To solve these questions, you have to think in this way. The first thing you have to do when you solve these questions, you have to look at the given information. The given information, the first, which is 8 meter, this one represent what? Represent the distance. Okay? This is the given and first given information. The second given information, which is 2 seconds, which is the time. So, to solve this question, what shall I do now? The first thing, always in physics, always in chemistry or physics, you have to write the formula. What is the unknown? What do I need to find? I want to find the speed. So I have to write the formula. Speed equals what? Distance over time. Right? I'm going to write the sign. Just hold on. Distance over time. Like this. This is the first step. This step, always in physics or in chemistry, it takes 0.1. You have to write the formula. Second step. What is the distance? I have to put the numbers. What is the distance, which is 8? I have to write 8. What is the time is given, which is 2? Equal. Now I have to find the numbers. 8 divided by 2, which is equal how much? Which is equal 4. Is this enough? No. I have to write what? The unit. The unit of speed is what? As you know here, distance is given by meter and time is second. So meter over second. I don't write it meter over second. Instead, I say it like this. Meter, which is m, small m, per, this slash, it means per second. Instead of writing it like this, we write it how? When you write the unit, meter per second. This one is wrong if you write it in this way. So when you write the numbers, when you compensate here, I put here 1 point, how to calculate to put it, and for the answer, final answer and the unit, okay, together they have only 1 point. For this one it has 0.5 for the unit, and this one for 0.5. So this is how to find the speed, okay? So this is how to find the speed in general. Let's continue now. Here I talked about how to find the speed for any moving object, right? In general. What about waves? Also waves are moving. How to find the speed of wave now? We want to learn how to find the speed of wave. Again, speed, how to find the speed of wave. To find any speed, what do you need? You need distance and you need time, right? To find any speed, you need what? Distance and time. How to know what is the distance of the wave? To know the distance of wave, mass. Here, the first thing, the distance of wavelength in one cycle. A crest moves a distance of one wavelength. Yani if you know the wavelength is the distance for the wave. Again, the wavelength, here I'm going to write it, the wavelength is what? Sorry. Wavelength is what? Is the distance. Okay? What about the time? Is the period, right? And the time is the period. You remember we took the time, which is the period, okay? The time is needed to complete one cycle. Okay, so how to find the speed of a wave? Speed of wave, the formula, it's gonna be like this, which is, what is the distance? Wavelength. So I have to measure the wavelength over what? over the wave period. I'm going to write the division sign like this here. So this formula here represent what? Represent how to find the wave speed. Okay? طيب هلا here for sure don't forget for the unit meter, wavelength in meter, don't forget. The wave period in second is given, don't forget the units for each. Okay, so the speed of wave is given, the unit of speed of wave, let's write it here, the unit of speed of wave is what? Is meter per second. I'm going to write it like this here, meter per second. Is this clear now? Let's take an example. For example, I'll give you an example now. The example here, if a crest moves one wavelength okay, of 8 meters in one period of 2 seconds. Find the speed of wave. What I have here, what do I have here? The first step, I have to look at the given information. The given information, the wavelength, which is 8 meters, and the period, which is what? 2 seconds. So, the second step now, I have to write the equation. Speed of wave equals what? Equals equals wavelength over what? Over wave period. So I have to write the division sign like this. Now let's continue. The second step to solve these equations. What is the wavelength? The wavelength is 8. Okay, what is the wave period? Which is 2. Let's continue. 8 over 2, which is 4 what? Meter per second. This is the wave speed. This is the full answer now. This you have to write the final answer with the unit, and you have to write here the formula before you start solving this equation. Okay, so this is about how to find the wave speed, and these formulas you have to memorize them. We will continue solving like this equation and give more formulas. If you have any question about today's lesson, you can send me your question. Thank you for listening.